Good morning, Rickey. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Dr. Bill Cosby is speaking out, y'all. Now, they're saying Dr. Cosby has spoken out on the R. Kelly verdict, saying, y'all, that the singer was railroaded due to systemic racism. Now, Mr. Cosby's rep, Andrew Wyatt, told TMZ that the first thing he said was, look, the guy was railroaded. He continued, y'all, as he said that Miss Gloria Allred did the same thing that she did with him. You parade women out and you stir up the public sentiment to go against him. And that's what they did to R. Kelly, y'all. How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, he might not want to speak.
Bill Cosby needs to be quiet.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, he that's how he feel and stuff. And, you know, I mean, I don't know.
Made my nerves bad too, Gary.
Yeah, it just made it bad, honey. So we're going to go home. Anyway, moving on, honey. R. Kelly's ex-wife, baby, Miss Drea, of 13 glorious years, y'all, says her heart breaks as a mother because this is now her children's legacy as she discusses her life, y'all, of constant fear during their marriage, y'all. Now, they're saying R. Kelly's ex-wife spoke of a heartbreak for her children after the disgraced singer was convicted of multiple sex trafficking charges recently. Now, the R&B star, y'all, whose legal name is Robert Kelly, he was found guilty, we all know, of 9 counts, honey, in a Brooklyn federal court, including racketeering based on sexual exploitation of children, kidnapping, forced labor, and other charges. And she said, quote, I feel that my heart is in two places, Drea Kelly said to Good Morning Britain, y'all. She said, my heart definitely goes out to the survivors and the courage that it takes to come forward and tell the story. But my heart breaks as a mother because this is now the legacy that my children will have to deal with and their children's children. She said, at the end of the day, you cannot walk away from your bloodline. She said, I have the ability to separate and distance myself from it, but his blood runs through my children's veins, and it's part of their DNA, and they couldn't escape it even if they wanted to. She said, so it's very difficult, y'all, for her to sit in that position. Now, the sentence is expecting, y'all, in May in 2022. But she said this, y'all. She said, I can only speak for my journey as his ex-wife and a survivor and an advocate. She said, but I think that goes for any child, you know. And she went on to say, you know, if she got 3 kids from them, they have 3 kids together. She said, it doesn't matter, y'all, if your parents have a problem with drug addiction. You are still going to love them because they are a part of your DNA. She said, you share their blood with them. She said, I support my children in whatever they feel because at the end of the day, whether he ever sold another song, found guilty or not guilty, what is true and what will always be true is that it's their father, so they have the right to feel whatever they want to feel, unquote.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have 3 kids, you know, Andrea, Danielle, I mean, you know, they have Joanne, Jaya, and Robert Kelly Jr. And, you know, they got to deal with this.
All the women that he messed with, how he end up marrying her?
Well,
she must have...
Well, she was a backup dancer, first of all, Rick. She was a backup dancer, and he married her at the beautiful age of 22. And you know,
she was really young. We was all on tour together.
100 women, he say, I want to marry you. What you got to do?
Yeah. Now can't nobody move like her now. She can dance her tail off.
And there you go.
She used to be on tour with us when we was touring with him, and I was on tour with Biggie, and we was on the tour at the same time, and we saw her a couple times, and then she was never to be seen again. He cuffed her up quick, and he had to get a new dance and everything. We was like, where'd Drea go?
She over there at the castle.
Yeah. She could dance.
Yep. He fell in love with her though, and had kids. I guess that was the one for him.
Yep, 3 beautiful kids. But could you imagine, though? I mean,
and her daughter's a singer too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have to be out in the public, especially the junior, Robert Kelly Jr. I mean, you know, so it's interesting. But I'm sure they still love their dad, regardless of the situation, even though it's something to deal with publicly, though. But we're just gonna keep them lifted up in our prayers. And Drea, as she calls herself, is a very nice lady. I met her a couple of times.
Yeah, she is.
You know, so.
Her and her daughter was growing up hip hop with us. They're good, genuine-hearted people. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then my final story, y'all, baby, Amber Rose. I don't know if I like Amber Rose anymore, honey, because Miss Amber Rose, honey, she's speaking out, honey. She's talking about, you know, all the guys that she was with, and, honey, how she's changing love and going through love and whatever. And she's talking about, honey, how she's like some of the men she dated. She has a finesse for cars, y'all. Now, Amber Rose is talking about her new Rolls Royce, honey, Dawn, honey. And she said how she loved her Dawn, this and the other. They're saying how she's worth $12 million. And she talked about her impressive vehicles. Now, she has a Jeep Wrangler wrapped in pink, honey. She got a Ferrari. She said that she got a Lamborghini. She got a Spider. And she got a Cadillac Escalade. But what really bothers me the most is I think she copied off of Judy.
No, Gary, women have cars. Women get
But
money.
the same color, Brad?
Well, it don't matter, Gary. It ain't that many colors, Gary. People like the same colors sometimes. It's okay. It's enough out here for everybody,
If
Gary.
I had all them cars, if I died, they had to bury all them cars with me. They'd be the biggest hole in the cemetery ever.
Bury you sitting up in one.
I'm
Have
telling
your
you.
funeral like that.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, she just copied off the same blue and everything. I thought that was a special colored car, honey, but honey, she got the same
And that
color.
bothers you.
Actually, the color Judy has, it's only one of those in America.
Well, girl, Amber Roses look like the same color, Brad.
When she got hers, it was the only one in America. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You always put me in check, baby.
No,
All
I just let you know the facts. That's all.
You know them rappers.
Yes, baby.
Leave them alone for she make one phone call. Gary.
Don't
Put him
do
in
it.
check,
I'm
honey.
scared. I'm just scared, Gary.
Please feel for me
Don't
because
add
I'm
that
even
on.
scared of her.
Don't do that.
No, honey.
Ain't right. You ain't right, Rick.
I'm like, I ain't walking out the building, baby. Now I didn't see the
Call
wrong
Miss H.
color. Okay. Now the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today is Adobe. That's the color. On the high end, you say Adobe, and on the low end, you say beautiful reddish brown. That's your color for today.